Are you able to see my screen?
Yeah.
So today I am going to explain predefined functions. So there are different types of functions available in Informatica Power Center too, like Oracle functions. So I'm going to show you one by one. So start programs, Informatica, client, so Power Center Designer. So most of the functions we closely work with expression transformations except aggregate functions. All aggregate functions we use in aggregate transformation. Remaining all functions we can use in expression transformation. First you can see aggregate functions. Go to help, contents. So here you type functions. Click on categories. See, these are the different kinds of functions available in Informatica. See, aggregate functions, character, conversion, data cleansing, date, encoding, financial, numerical, scientific, special, string, test, and variable functions. So these are the different kinds of aggregate functions: CVG, count, first, last, max, min. All these functions we use in aggregated transformation only. Remaining almost all functions we can use in expression. So here frequently used functions, if you go for a character functions, we use concat. Suppose if you have two strings, you want to concatenate those two strings, then go for concat function. So here I will show you a simple example. So you have two strings, Ravi and Kumar. You want to concatenate these two strings, then concat of Ravi Kumar. Not only constants, you can specify the ports also. Suppose first name and last name. F name, comma. You can concatenate either constant values or by using quotes. Init cap. Init cap means first letter each word should be capital. Suppose Ravi Kumar. So when you give init Kumar of Ravi Kumar, you will get output Ravi Kumar. So each word first letter becomes capital. So length. In order to find out the length of the string, then go for instr. In order to convert lower to upper to lower, then go for lower function. Lpad. You want to pad some details. Suppose you are getting 3 digits from the source. So you want to add 2 zeros at the beginning. So 100. Whenever 3 digits comes, you want to add 2 digits. In such cases, we go for padding, lpad. And we use trims, ltrim or trim functions we use. The purpose of these two functions are to avoid the spaces, to delete the spaces left side and right side of the string. Suppose if you want to know any of these things, so just click here and type the function name, you will get complete idea. Suppose you want to know about lpad, type lpad. So description, you can see with the examples also you will get what is the syntax. First string length, second string, and return value you can see here. Lpad part num, comma 6, comma 0. Only 3 characters came. So remaining 3 characters you are replacing with 0. Here 1 came, so remaining 5 characters. 0, 5, 5, 3. So in this way you can apply different kinds of padding. So for any function, if you want to learn in depth, just type the function name here automatically. Suppose you want to know about lower function, type lower. Description. So what is the syntax and with the examples. So character functions, replace chr and replace str. These are also sometimes we use frequently. Replace str is to replace one string with another string. To replace one string with another string. Replace chr is character replacement, character by character. I will show you here the difference. Replace str. So this is your original string. A B C D. This is your original string. And you want to search for a string ABC, ABCD. You want to replace with PQR. So the output becomes PQR XOZ. Why? Because we are replacing ABCD with PQR. So output is PQR XOZ. When you go for replace HR, this is a character by character replacement. So here what you are telling, A is replaced with P, B is replaced with Q, C is replaced with R, D is replaced with null. You will get output. Suppose P, Q, R, S you have given. Then it replaces A with P, B with Q. Suppose not only A, B, C, D, here A, C, B, D. So then it converts A with P, C with Q, B with R, D with S. Whereas if you place here A, C, B, D, takes entire string as a comparison. A, B, C, D is there, then only P, Q, R. Here A, B, C, D is there, no. Then you will get output A, B, C, D, X, Y, Z only. But here A, C, B, D, here A, B, C, D, but it will give return results. See here A is replaced with P, C is replaced with R, B is replaced with Q, D is replaced with S, X, Y. So that is the difference. It compares entire string. ABCD is there, if there it replaces, otherwise it won't replace. Here character by character replacement. That is the difference between replace str and replace chr. Clear? Any questions? Any questions you have? Okay. So conversion functions. When you are working with flat files and you want to convert from, suppose you are going to read all ports as strings. You want to convert to date. Why? Because your target is a date data type. Your target column has date data type. So then you can go for toDate function to convert string to toDate. Similarly, you are getting decimal values in the form of string. Then you want to convert to two decimal, use two decimal function. So just if you want to learn about this function, type here 2 underscore decimal. So you need not remember exact syntaxes and everything, but you need to know the functionality of these things. So suppose if there is any requirement, then we should be able to identify, yeah, there is a function is there, we can use that one. So these are the examples. 2 decimal of intax comma 3. It is rounded off to 3 digits. Already 2 there came with 200. Null means null gives. So if you are trying to convert to decimal, if there are any strings, then it will return 0 value. Go to categories. These are the conversion functions and the data cleansing functions. These are also important, data cleansing functions. There is a requirement of you are getting data from the source along with the date columns. So what they are telling is business, if the date is valid, then only you don't need to target. If the date is not valid, move to some other error file. So to create another flat file. So then we go for isDate function. So isDate function compares whether the value is a correct date or not. You need to specify the format. Is date of year and mmdd. Suppose is underscore date of. Suppose you are getting date of birth. The format should be 4 mmdd. If this is in the not format, then you can see it is an invalid date. It returns either 0 or 1. If it is success, 0, otherwise it returns 1. Based on that one, in router you can apply isDate function and you can route data to error table or error flat file. Similarly, you can check it is a number or not. You can check. Any spaces are there in the string, you can check. Is null, we already used. If necessary type 1, necessary type 2. So and then go to date functions. Date functions also important. Add to date. Suppose you want to add 2 months to the current date, then go for add to date. Date compare. Difference between two dates, if you want to compare, go for date compare. Date diff. What is the difference between two dates? Suppose you want to know about date diff. So here you can see you have given the values and you can get the return value. So with the examples you can see. Just you need to remember what are all the functions we have. Date functions, encoding we don't use much. Financial also we don't use. Numeric functions sometimes we use. Floor, not much. Trunk, scientific functions, special functions. We already used IIF function. We have necessary type 2 conditions. It takes three arguments. If the condition is true, it executes first statement. If the condition is false, it executes next statement. So text functions is null, is date, and then variable functions. I'm going to show with an example how to use these functions. I'm going to show simple functions. Two functions I'm going to show. First of all, I'm connecting to source. Start R programs. Oracle application development. Now I'm connecting to source. Here I am creating a table. Create table employee to employee number name employee name is the full name. Okay. Salary number and date of birth. And date of birth is date. And the city. City is where you are from. Insert into, I'm going to insert some rows. Insert into table name. Values, employee number 100. Name Ravi Kumar. Salary or Ravi. Salary 2000. Date of birth 15 Jan 1986. And then city Hyderabad. Similarly, I'm creating insert into table name values 101 2 more sector 3000 17 February 1984 Chennai. For date 46. Insert into table name values not to Chennai. Branch. Select start from employee to. So this is my source. Now I am connecting to target. So here I am creating a table. EMP underscore FUHC. Employee number. I want to convert full name to two parts. First name and last name. First name is before space. Last name is next after the space. Kumar, Ramu. These are all first names. These are all last names. So here F name. Here 2 of 10. Comma L name. Here 2 of 10. And then salary number and then age. So based on date of birth, I want to know the person's age. City I want to display in uppercase. So we are going to use different kinds of functions. So full name I want to split it into two parts, first name and last name. See here I am going to use two predefined functions, instr and substr. Instr function is used to find out a particular string is available in which place. So I want to find out space is there where. Suppose if you give 1 2 3 4 5 5 it will give. So first four characters we need to return. Substr function is used to split the string, whereas instr function is used to find out the position of the string within the set string. So here city I want to display in uppercase, so I can go for upper function. So here I want to find out age. How we can get age? This date minus this one. So we are going to go for date diff function. So we are going to use multiple functions here. So my source is employee 2 and my target is emp underscore FUMC. Now I am connecting to informatica. Any questions so far? I could not hear your voice.
No, Subarav.
Yeah.
Is it clear now?
Yeah, now fine. So first of all, I am connecting to repository. Enter the user ID and password. Click on connect. Now double click on your folder. What's your folder? First of all, we need to verify whether our source and targets are ready or not to create a mapping. My source is not available here. Apply to. I am going to import my source using source analyzer tool. From the menu bar, select sources, import from database. Enter the click on connect. So here source is employee. Click on repository. Now I am going to import my target. Why? Because my targets are also not available. Select target designer tool. From the menu bar, select targets, import from database. Enter the password. Click on connect. Select your target table emp underscore FUH. Click on repository. So now my source and targets are ready. I can create a mapping using mapping designer tool. From the menu bar, select mappings, click on create option. Enter the mapping name underscore functions underscore check. on select your source and drag it out to workspace. Similarly, from the navigation bar, select your target also. Any questions so far? Okay, now I am going to use expression transformation here. From the menu bar, select transformation, click on create, select expression. Enter the name exp underscore, click on create. Select employee number, full name, salary, birth city to expression. From expression, you can connect employee number. So we need to find out full name and first name and last name. Salary you can directly connect. So you need to find out remaining things. So double click on expression, go to codes tab. So city I want to convert to uppercase. Click on this icon, add a new code to this transformation. O underscore city. So disable the size 220. Disable the input port, then only your expression enables. Then here you can apply the predefined function upper. Automatically comes in local upper of city. Apply. Okay. Now you can connect city. Next you need to calculate age also. So here icon is there. Add a new port with this transformation. So O underscore age. O means output port. So disable the input port, then your expression enables. So here, how do you calculate age? So we are going to use predefined function dateIf. This is date, comma, the port name. So automatically it will find out the difference. Operands are not different. What is the operand? So age. So this is date underscore missing the operands. And we need to include, you need to find out number of months or number of years. I want to find out number of years. You need to specify the format between two dates. You want to calculate number of days, then give dd. If you want to calculate number of months between two dates, give I want to know the age in months, then go for I want to know the age in years, then I have given y. Click on OK, click on apply, click on select age. Now final things two are pending, those are F name and L name. We have full name, so we need to calculate F name and L name. So click on the icon here. Two ports I am creating, one for F name, one for L name. O underscore F name. This is O underscore L name. So these two are output ports. Remove the existing thing. Apply the formula to get the first name. How we will get first name? So before space. If you observe here, how we are getting first name before space. So first of all, we need to find out the space. How we can find out the space? Using instr function. So instr of full name, comma. So this is the syntax. You want to find out space. in the full name. After that, suppose INSTR what it will return 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 it will return 5. Fifth character is the space. So I want to load first 4 only. That means INSTR -1 we need to apply. So on the top of this we are going to use substr function. Substr function takes 3 arguments. First one is the full name. First argument full name, and then 1 from first position to number of characters, 4 characters. Substr function takes 3 arguments. It splits the string. How it will split? Full name. What is your full name here? Ravi Pinneti. So what we are specifying from first character onwards. That means R onwards you take it till INSTR -1. That means 5 -1 4. These 4 characters you will get from substr. Invalid function. So spelling mistake substr. Any questions so far? Similarly, ln. How we will get ln? After space. Then we can directly write substr of full name gamma. So the substr function has different formats. So you can specify the number of characters from first onwards. So if you don't specify the third argument, it will take till end. Suppose substr of port name comma 1 means 1 to end of the character, end of the string. So here instr of full name comma and then +1. So what happens? +1 means 6th character onwards. 5 instr returns 5. 5 plus 1 6. P to end of the string. Substr returns. Click on OK. Click on apply. Click on. Now connect. Reports. F name to F name. For more readability purpose, you can disable the output ports if you don't use it. Full name, date of birth. So we will get more. Any questions so far?
No, Sukarov.
So except aggregate functions, you can use remaining all functions in expression transformation. Except aggregate, remaining all functions you can apply in expression. Now my mapping is ready. Now I am going to create a session to execute this mapping. Select another client tool, workflow manager tool. Select task developer tool. Functions underscore tasks this underscore m underscore functions. Click on create. Select your mapping. I will say m underscore functions. Click on. As usual, we need to give relational connections for sources and targets. Double click on the session, go to mapping tab. So here you need to give connections. Source 13. Select the target. The target you need to give target 13. Click on apply. repository, select your session, right click, start. So you need to place it in a workflow first of all. Third step is creation of workflow or use the existing workflow. I'm going to use the existing one. Okay, this is in check-in state, so I need to check out that workflow. In order to use it, first name again checkout, then only you can modify your workflow. Now save it. Select your session, right click, start task. Select your session, right click. So here 3 rows from sort those 3 rows load into the target now checking the target source. Select star from UFP underscore. See, we are converted into first name and last name Ravi, Kumar, Rama, and then age we have calculated 29, 31, 26, and we converted lowercase letters to uppercase letters. In this way, based on your requirement, you can choose different kinds of predefined functions. Any questions so far?
No.
Okay. Now I am going to show session level properties. So when you double click on the session, if you want to rename your session, you can click on rename. So there is option. So if you want to rename, click on rename. So you can rename your session. And here description you can write. Some people write, some people don't write. So description means what is the use of this session. The session is used to load data into this table using this map, and such kind of information you can write. What is the purpose of map? This is under general tab. When you go to properties tab, see in real time environment we always set one property, not here in config object. So here you can see session log file name. This is the log file name internally it creates. If you want to change the session log file name, you can change. This is the session log file directory. If you want to change, you can change here also. So I can show you where this is pointing to default. So start my computer, C drive, informatica, power center, server. Under server folder you can see info shades and other session logs. So these are the different kinds of session logs where it is stored so far. The path. If you want to change this path, you can specify. You can change to C drive, some other folder also you can specify. Parameter file name. I already told you, whenever you are working with parameter files, we use this option. Dollar source connection, dollar target connection. If you have multiple lookups, so by default lookup comes with dollar source or dollar target connection. So you can give that relational connection here. I will show you. If you take lookup, so for lookup we give connection here. By default you can see dollar source or dollar target here. In this way it will come by default. If you have multiple lookups on your source side, you need not change each and every connection here. Go to properties tab. You keep as it is dollar source. Go to properties tab. So here give the dollar source connection value. So that is the advantage. If there are multiple lookups, instead of giving under mapping tab dollar source dollar target values, go to properties tab. Here you can give relational connections. Similarly for dollar target also. By default, treat source as insert only. So commit interval I will explain in performance tuning. So these are the some of the important properties. Incremental aggregation I will explain tomorrow in performance tuning. And then go to config object. In config object, generally we use stop on errors one always. In real time, we always need to set stop on errors one. That means whenever the first error comes, the session should fail. Whenever the first error comes, the session should fail. This is very important property. And this one. So by default, when you run the session, it will create a session log. Again, if you run the session again, it will override the existing session log. No. I want to top last 3 runs session logs. So session runs and specify the count. So that 3 session logs it will maintain. I don't want like this session by timestamp. That means forever. So whenever you create run a session, it will create new session log file. So some companies follows approach top 3 session logs, last 3 runs session logs. So here override tracing option. So override tracing, generally when we are working with debugger, if your debugger is not working, in which transformation what are the values, then go for verbose data. This is the highest detailed information it will write. So these are all known as tracing levels. So session log it will generate based on these properties. So if you select text, it gives only minimal information. By default normal. Verbose initialization, if you specify here, your session log size will increase. It will write more content. If you select verbose data, it gives more huge information. For each and every port, each and every transformation, what are the values, it will write. Generally, this override tracing option we go for debugging purpose. If you are unable to identify something, either we can go for debugger or verbose data option. So these are the different tracing levels. Tracing levels represent the amount of information written into the session log. There's normal, verbose initialization, verbose data. Entry point of view also sometimes they will ask what are different types of tracing levels. There's normal, verbose initialization and verbose data. So apart from that, here nothing. So mapping tab. So I already we are daily using this components. I will explain later this one metadata extensions. So this is also very rarely used metadata extensions. All people don't use this one. So metadata extensions means who developed this mapping or who developed this session. Developer. Who is the developer name? Here you can give value Subarao like that. And then what is his phone number? What is his mail ID? So by seeing the session, you can tell who developed this. See, in real-time environment, there are multiple people are working on the same project. In order to know which one worked on this, such kind of things, then we go for metadata extensions. So all companies don't follow. Some companies use metadata extensions. Here, component step. Suppose already pre-session command. Pre-session command means here before running a session. If you want to execute a particular command, then go for pre-session command. So here reusable already command tasks we have created. Those things we can use here. So pre-session command means before running your session, if you want to execute any command task, if you want to execute any Unix commands, then go. So similarly, post-session success command, pre-session failure command. Similarly, on success email, on failure email. Generally, we use on failure email. So whenever your session fails, you need to send a mail. So whenever your session succeeds, you want to send email, then on success email. Whenever you are whenever a session fail, you want to send email, then on failure email. Select here. So these are the commands: pre-session commands, post-session success command, post-session failure command, on success email, on failure. Depends on your requirements. Any questions so far?
No.
Okay. So two more classes are there. So tomorrow I will explain performance tuning, and then after that I will explain dynamic cache and XML files. So tomorrow at what
Okay.
time you are available?
Uh,